Welcome to Between Two Pastries, a not-so-typical nutrition podcast. Nicole and Annie are licensed and registered dietitians. Join them as they discuss hot nutrition topics, challenge popular beliefs, and have a blast doing it. Here are your hosts, Nicole and Annie.
Welcome to Between Two Pastries. This is Nicole.
Hey everyone, it's Annie. And today I wanted to talk to Nicole about an article I found. I think you'll all find it really interesting.
Or like
So,
8
Nicole,
articles she found.
Well,
Yeah.
I did. It was. I think Nicole's phone is still like pinging.
It
from
literally
them.
is. I have them all up and they're all getting complicated. Yes.
Right. But the one that I wasn't sure if we should start with or like be the big finale, it's called Norwegian Women's Beach Handball Team Fined for Refusing to Wear Bikinis.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, not only is it unbelievable that they're fined for their uniform, but like even in terms of like how old are these rules and stuff like that, like that's a totally different discussion. But the headline caught my eye, and I know that's what headlines are for, but I started reading and it made me think about just how this is the kind of stuff. This is the reason why majority of people, listeners, everyone is doing all of the stupid diet eating garbage that they're doing. This is why the industry continues to come out with stupid foods that are more harmful to people than healthful to people. And by that, I mean all those keto products, all of the, low fat, this, that, and the next thing, whatever it might be. Certainly we pulled up a lot of those articles too, but the point of the article is, these women said, F you, we're going to wear, not as revealing bottoms. And so instead of wearing the close fit, upward cut angle bikini bottoms, they wore spandex shorts, which is totally way more appropriate. And they made the point of saying, well, the men can wear tank tops and shorts, with the shorts having to be no more than 4 inches above the knee.
Right.
Well, wait a second. So guys get to be modest, but women have to flaunt their bodies.
Absolutely.
And therefore, what the messaging is, you need to look a certain way.
Sure. Or it's still just objectifying women.
Well, yeah.
It just continuing to objectify women, which continues women to almost even objectify themselves.
Correct. Oh, and women do it all the time.
Sure. In a sense of, I have to have a particular shape. I have to have a particular, hair color. I have to have do you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing in order to be seen.
Right. Exactly. And as females, and I'm going to, state the obvious, we all are different heights. We're all different weights. We all carry our weight differently. So if I'm a 5'2" female and you're a 5'2" female and we both weigh 125 pounds, we both are going to look very, very different.
Yes.
And hormones control. And, I got a friend and she's like, we're about the same height. She's like, oh, I weigh X amount. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, I weigh like 5 pounds less than you. The problem that you're experiencing is you're going through menopause, number one. And number two, you're stressed as fuck.
Right.
So all of your weight is coming on as cortisol. But again, we look different and that's okay.
Exactly.
But here's the problem. Everyone feels like they have to look, toned and thin and, in shape. And, obviously thinness got a bad rap. So now it's, looking fit, quote unquote, right?
Sure.
So this team said, screw that. We can train in what we want. So can the guys. The guys can wear this. We are, basically what they're saying is we're body positive and that's great, but we don't want to be, subject to everyone looking at us this way.
Yeah. Well, because they know it. And I mean, how can you not feel that, I mean, of course, but the idea that these women were being fined, that was an actual rule is beyond comprehension But like you said, like when did this rule come in,
Well, yeah,
the 1940s? Like what, you know what I mean? Like, what is that?
Exactly. So the team received a bunch of support from the Norwegian community, handball community, as well as on social media. And a quote that was said was, "This is completely ridiculous. How many attitude changes are needed in the old-fashioned international patriarchy of sports?"
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And that was said by Norway's Minister of Culture in
Yeah.
response to the fact that the team had been fined. Yeah, old white dudes deciding what women can wear or what they do or how they
super
act.
creepy. It's super creepy. I
So
mean,
gross.
walking around in bike shorts and a sports bra is already going to be revealing in and of itself in a different way. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when you're an athlete and you can't help but you wear athletic clothing, it just kind of is what it is,
Right. Why are these unlawful?
Yes, but to think that no, you need to play an athletic sport in a freaking bikini.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Well, then why are the guys in Speedos?
Well, that's what I was thinking too. I mean,
why do the girls have to show literally their entire body of skin?
It's very upsetting. It's very upsetting. I mean,
so it sounds like the volleyball, so different than handball, the Volleyball Federation updated their uniform rules. And for Tokyo Olympics, the female beach volleyball players can choose to play in shorts and t-shirts as well as bikini or one-piece bathing suits. Nice. So it seems like things are changing. But again, this is a deeply rooted,
it really is,
stigma that exists for women in sport and women in general who are out of sport, that we have to look a certain way, act a certain way.
Right.
And because of these things, it causes men to eat a particular way, to go do a diet, to always strive to be thinner, better, worthier. And it's getting to the point where now what I think we're seeing as dietitians, and you've been a dietitian longer than I, for the first, 5 to 7 years of your practice, dieting was bad. And then the next it is now to the point where it's like, this is out of control. I don't even want to be a dietitian anymore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you and I talk about this all the time. Absolutely.
Like, I feel like I've been squashed as a professional. I feel like it is a lose-lose cause. Yeah. I feel like a lot of dietitians are throwing the white flag up and just joining the other team and saying, well, fuck it, because I got to make money.
Super unfortunate, because we have got to stand in our integrity.
Right.
And that leads me to one of the other articles, again, just as an example, based on what you're saying, is, again, these titles are obnoxious, which is why we are also bringing this up, because it's like, you have the body image issue, but then, when you're surrounded constantly with these, hyper titles of what you shouldn't eat and what in all these specific things, or I'm a cardiologist and let me tell you what I recommend before and after a workout. You're a cardiologist. Does that mean that I'm a dietitian and I'm going to tell you how I do open heart surgery?
I'm gonna walk into the OR and just do it then.
It's messed up. It's like,
it's so messed up.
What?
Right.
Stay in your own lane, people. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't mean it like,
and
you know what I'm saying.
Can a cardiologist have a good handle on a heart healthy diet? Absolutely. They should.
Absolutely.
But here's the fact of the matter.
But sports nutrition.
Sports nutrition is one thing. But when you're interviewed for an international news article, magazine.
Yes.
You can't just go and say, this will work, because guess what? Every single person who decides to go exercise on any particular day is a different gender, age, height, weight, and activity level, intensity, and activity type, length, time, all of that. And so when you say eat something small, the person who's going out and already has some eating issues and they're going out for a 10-mile run says, oh, you're right, I really should care a little bit more about my heart today, so I'm just going to have a piece of toast.
Yes, exactly.
What are you doing?
Exactly.
Not okay.
But that is the thing, and we've talked about this many times over and over again. Nutrition is individualized. You cannot say this is what everybody needs. Everybody just needs an apple before their 50 million mile run, right?
Right.
Everybody just needs a cup of milk after for their recovery. No, I'm really sorry. If you're a 12-year-old that weighs 75 pounds, possibly, but even then it's questionable. And not only that, everybody has different digestion rates. Some people have IBS, some people have exercise induced IBS, some people have some other issues where yes, they need nutrition, but they need a specific type. When you have a lot of muscle, you're going to need a heck of a lot more energy coming in. Like, this is the stuff where it's like, we cannot keep downplaying nutrition as this is anybody's game and everybody's an expert. We're going to start hearing pilots come over the intercoms when they're in the air and start giving nutrition advice, right?
Don't eat too many pretzels.
Oh, for heaven's sake. I mean, it's beyond ridiculous is what it is.
Right. It absolutely is. And it's, again, it's to the point where you feel like you're just at a complete loss because people buy into it so easily. Like they just blindly follow these types of recommendations. And I want to circle back to the cardiologist saying, well, just eat an apple. Well, guess what? Okay. Yeah. You're not doing a 10-mile run. Let's say it's 20 minutes. Sorry, folks, that apple does not fuel a 20-minute run even. I mean, maybe a 20 minute
especially
to 30 minute
if it's the first thing that you're eating in a day.
Exactly. So the other thing, as Nicole and I are skimming through some articles that we, found and just kind of wanted to highlight, the number one red flag that you guys really have to think about when the news source or, magazine or whatever is called "Eat This, Not That."
Oh my gosh.
That's your red flag. Don't even read it. Don't even read it.
Seriously.
Don't even read it. You're reading a diet journal.
Yeah. I mean, and they literally have a SKU. I've been contacted by them to write something for them and I refused. I refused and wrote a whole thing back to them because of how they even approached the issue. I don't even remember what they asked me to write about. But I just said, no, I'm not going to continue to support this type of mentality even. It's
they found some dietitians to
just
write.
Go ahead and do that. Absolutely. Yeah. Everybody wants their name out there.
Well, especially a young dietitian. So this one is called "Secret Side Effects of Eating Bread," says dietitians.
Oh, geez. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry a dietitian actually wrote that. That's incredibly disappointing. Incredibly disappointing.
So arguing that when carbs in bread are highly processed, think white bread, Nicole, they lack nutrients such as fiber, vitamins, and minerals, says Mary Stewart, RDLD, founder of Cultivate Nutrition. If you choose a healthier whole grain bread that's minimally processed, you end up getting a great source of fiber, complex carbs, and essential nutrients. This on paper, and according to the Academy, is true. So what she's saying is true, but here's the skinny on some of that. You can buy whole grain bread and it's not that great for you.
Absolutely. For a lot of reasons.
Yeah. So
it's like you just want to start yelling.
And at that point, you're better off just buying white bread if that's what you enjoy.
It's really true. It's really true. And I think our listeners even know what we're talking about. Like if you go and you look at like something that says whole wheat or whole grain, I love it when a label says 10 grams of whole grain. Like I don't even know what that means, but like
20, I see bread loaves that say 25 grams of your whole grains daily.
It makes absolutely no sense. But seriously, we've talked about this before, but look at that ingredient list and you will find that sometimes that whole grain stuff has the same, 25 ingredients as your white bread. And the same nutrient value as it all. Like it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
How about this? Look for bread that is organic.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't know we had to make money now to be able to eat bread. Okay. You get a boost. So what they're saying. So
I'm mad you picked this article.
Side effects. I know. The secret side effects of eating bread, you get a boost of energy.
Oh, really? Wow. Wow. Mm.
You fill up on vitamins, minerals, and nutrients.
I can't believe somebody wrote that.
You
Somebody
support
wrote that.
healthy digestion. Your blood sugar could spike.
Okay, this is where you need to stop. You just need to stop.
I know.
Mean, because it's just.
Is this like giving a slice of bread to me as a child where I'd take a bite in the center and then put my eyeball in it, like, or my finger, and you just ate a slice of bread when you were 3 years old? Sure, your blood sugar will spike. Most people don't eat bread without cheese or without a sandwich meat, peanut butter and jelly. Your blood sugar is not going to spike when you're pairing it with a fat and or protein.
Right. And that's the point we're trying to make, is you cannot make these blanket statements. Oh, great, there's more.
Okay, you're gonna love this one.
No, I'm not.
You may feel bloated.
Oh, how dare they?
Listen.
No.
Once again,
no.
If you're quotes, just so people know I'm not saying this, if you're opting for bread that's full of refined carbs, it's likely you may feel bloated after, because eating too many processed carbs can leave you with uncomfortable bloating because your body takes on water trying to store energy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, I'm real sorry. That's not true.
That's not true.
That isn't even remotely true.
God.
Your body doesn't
Oh my God,
work
oh my
that
God, oh my
way.
God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
I can't even handle it. We have to stop. I can't.
Okay, that one's done. That one's done. Done.
That is so beyond. It's just stupid to me. It's just so okay.
Do you want to know the secret side effects of eating cereal?
Oh,
science.
Of course.
I didn't know science was a person, but.
Well, no, but now everybody, knows science as being somewhat trustworthy. So now we're going to put it in every title.
Mm-hmm. But what are we really buying when we toss a box into our grocery cart?
Oh my gosh.
What is the scoop? All right, here we go. Cereal delivers some key nutrients. Oh. Okay. Again, aim for 3. Okay. We won't go into the part on that. But nutrient overload is possible. So first one, the secret is cereal delivers some key nutrients. And then the second one is, but nutrient overload is possible. Mm-hmm. Well, that's confusing. Cereal may contribute to obesity. You know what else may contribute to obesity? Every fucking food and beverage that exists in the entire world may contribute.
Thank you.
The river over there might contribute to my obesity because I don't walk to it every day. Mm-hmm. My car may contribute to obesity. Mm-hmm. Shut the fuck up with this food item, whatever it is, that contributes to obesity. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Agreed.
This is not news though, Nicole. Quote, this is not news. Especially after you peek at our list of unhealthiest cereals.
Oh, I can't even stand it.
Oh my God. Okay, here's the next one. You could end up having a harder day at work.
Oh my gosh. Like, what is this suggesting? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, people are just going to say, like, I had a really hard day at work today. I bet it was my cereal.
It's not going to be because of my cereal. That probably improved my day. Seriously.
Oh my gosh.
So there was a study published in the Journal of Physiology.
Mm-hmm.
Your bowl of cereal in the morning could be not only worsening that energy drip, but also slowing down your thinking. Nope. Mm-mm. There's a connection, the study found, between sugary, unhealthy foods and poor cognitive function. I mean, this is just...
I can't even.
This is like...
I can't even.
Total fat phobia.
It's horrible.
Oh my God.
All right. We have to stop there on that one. That's enough. I can't stand it anymore. This is absolutely terrible journalism, basically.
Oh, it's awful.
It's garbage.
Awful.
It's unbelievable.
What happens
garbage.
to your body, Nicole, when you eat pancakes? Do you want to guess? Tell me what happens.
My body does backflips and happy dances. So I don't know about yours.
Mine feels, I don't know. I feel content. I generally pair it with sausage. So I have pancakes, and I prefer butter, and very little syrup. Mm-hmm. If any. I actually would rather like dip it into butter.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, you probably like that salty, like a salty kind of a fat that gets a little gushy and stuff, which is really good. Yes. Yeah.
And then with like a sausage on the side. So to me, I mean, whether it's breakfast or dinner, I absolutely love it. Generally I will put it with a glass of milk. If sometimes on my pancakes, I'll put peanut butter on them and then syrup. Sometimes I'll do that too. So I love it.
Pancakes,
So
I definitely do peanut butter. I definitely do peanut butter on pancakes.
I enjoy that.
Definitely.
So what happens to your body when you eat pancakes? Number 1, you may become bloated.
Oh my gosh. What is up with this freaking bloated crap?
You may consume your day's worth of added sugar. So let's review
I don't even
really
know
quick,
how that's,
Nicole.
how is that remotely,
how is it possible?
How
it's not possible.
Is that possible?
Pancake is made with milk, egg, flour.
Maybe.
I don't think there's any sugar in pancakes maybe I'm wrong, but if I'm remembering correctly.
A basic recipe doesn't, but you can add it.
Like people don't add to, like unless you're adding a chocolate chip, most people don't know the chemistry behind adding to a recipe.
So unless what they're really saying is the amount of syrup that you're putting on could lead to your,
But are we eating pancakes every day?
I think the thing is that it's making up problems that don't even exist. These are not real issues. These aren't even issues. Like that's the thing.
Not. You may feel like you need a nap. So again, so could everything that I do within my day. So could the stress that I feel doing this podcast. I'm going to need to take a nap after this. I know. You never know.
Right.
They could give you a boost of fiber. So we're contradicting, right? Like you're going to get sugar, but you'll get that fiber. So for those people who don't enjoy vegetables, who really only truly get their fiber from whole grains, and there's a lot of people out there, and frankly, that's fine. Maybe they have fruits, but they don't like vegetables. So a lot of their fiber comes from starches.
Right. It has to come from other areas. Absolutely.
You're telling them, shame on you for eating pancakes. That's too much sugar. But you know what? You'll get your fiber. So that's good. So it's just,
but like you just said, it's contradicting. It's confusing. But at the end of the day, can you understand then why the layperson is just like, screw it?
Yeah.
Like literally screw it because my brain hurts, right? Like their brains hurt. And this isn't even, it's so frustrating to me. It's so sad how unsupported or supportive, this stuff is, and that people are, it's just very frustrating to me.
Well, to circle back, to that article where the girls get fined for wearing bikinis.
Right.
They're making a statement like, this is my body and that's wonderful, but I want to be comfortable in my skin.
Right.
And the reason they don't feel comfortable in their skin is because of all of this garbage that's out there, all of this pressure that's out there.
They're being told that what they eat will make them feel like garbage. And in their mind, they're like, oh, I feel really awful because I just,
because I guess
I just don't eat right or whatever.
And then I had cereal today. Oh my God. Totally. So now I need to eat oatmeal and I don't even like it.
Yep. Exactly.
I mean, I can't tell you how many people I meet with who are eating foods they don't even like. And I'm like, why would you do that?
I can't
stand it. Like, you don't like it. Don't eat it if you don't like it. So one more, Nicole, the one carb you should be eating right now, science says.
Yeah.
I know you took a look at this one.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Carbohydrates are an evil to have in your diet, even if the recent low carb diet craze wants you to believe otherwise. So that's interesting because the same article, platform, just told you why all of these carbohydrate based foods are yucky to be eating. But then their first sentence on this one says, the low carb diet craze wants you to believe this stuff. Okay. Without carbohydrate, you not only limit your body's main energy source, but you likely won't have a ton of options to eat. Carbs are in almost every food item you consume, and finding the right complex carbs to put in your diet is important for your body's health and longevity. But out of all those carbs, which one is the best?
Well, I think the thing is first of all, I wouldn't even label any one as the best. Because they all have different value. Yeah,
they're not the same.
It's not that this is the only carb you should eat all day, every day, for every meal of the day.
But here's the deal. How many people are going to be like, F that? Because remember, again, early 2000s, maybe it was even into the 90s, this particular food took so much heat to the point where producers couldn't sell anymore. It was awful.
That is really awful. But
you probably have already guessed it's potatoes.
Yeah. So the best carb is
white
a
potatoes.
Potato. It's a great carbohydrate and it's very nutrient dense. I mean, we can be very clear with that. There isn't, this is the other piece though, because this is similar to this concept that there's one food that's the best of all things. I think that that's what's so important is that
we have to break away
guys,
from
there's
that.
just no one. There's just nothing out there, that is, it's just that doesn't even exist. It's not a thing.
And there isn't one concept that's best.
Yeah.
AKA there isn't one diet that is best or right.
Right.
Okay, so here's what they say about potatoes. Potatoes are full of fiber.
Mm-hmm.
Are they though? Like full? Like to me, I read that and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get all my fiber in because it says
well, that's the thing, because the consumer doesn't understand that. So when they say full of fiber, they're thinking, oh, like 10 grams.
Yeah.
No, like 3.
Yeah. It's like 3, right?
Like 3,
okay, that's
because it's in a normal category of food.
Correct, right. Potatoes have more potassium than a banana. Potatoes are full of all kinds of nutrients.
We know.
Oh, all right. So they give you a boost in vitamin C, vitamin B.
Yep.
I like how they call it vitamin B.
Because there's only one B vitamin. Yeah.
That makes me laugh.
It does.
Manganese, magnesium, phosphorus, niacin, and folate. Yeah. Potatoes have resistant starch.
Yes, they do when they're cold, but not when they're hot.
Correct.
People have to understand that. You heat the heck out of them and the resistant starch isn't there. But when you let them cool down at room temperature, throw them in a salad, then the resistance starch is formed. I don't even think people know what resistant starch is. Yeah.
So let's tell them. So a resistance starch is one that is not going to be digested. Hence why we don't eat raw potatoes.
Correct.
Okay. Raw corn. We do not eat those things. Mm-hmm. So when you cook it, that goes away. So to me though, that's confusing because people might read that as like, when you think about resistant, I'm not, then it's like a free carb.
Well, and that's a good point. Does enter the bloodstream slower.
Okay.
That's a fact. And we can say that doesn't have any.
So if we know that, why did potatoes get such a bad rap however many years ago? And they continue to have a bad rap. I can't tell you how many people I have to try to convince to eat a white potato over a sweet potato. Like I seriously can't even.
It just started all because of the low carb thing,
the low
essentially.
Carb crap. Right.
Yeah. So I think bottom line is that everything you eat will make you have a bad day and will make you bloated. So don't wear bikinis.
Yeah.
No, I'm just teasing.
That's
I'm totally
message, right?
I'm totally teasing.
I feel like, and you have to eat all of the fiber.
And you have to eat all of the fiber.
Although you're going to like this one. This is the last one on potatoes. They are considered the most filling food.
Okay.
According to the satiety index of common foods.
Well, I think it's funny though that it's like, well, that's great that's being sort of exposed now, but when people were cutting potatoes out of their life,
Guess what? It's always had a bunch of potassium. It's always had fiber.
This is not new.
This is not new information. This is not new science that potatoes are helpful. This has been
true for the potatoes since the first potato has been pulled out of the ground.
Right. Exactly. So I find that remarkable.
It is remarkable.
These headlines are pretty terrible. And I think it's like my mind hurts, just finding that these are so accessible to people.
Well, and I think the other thing that we were going to pull into this whole thing, and again, we'll close with this concept. I won't even elaborate on it all. But it's these types of topics, right? All of them, including the bikini thing, including all of the weird food things, that you have eating disorders and disordered eating. Period.
Just like everyone.
Which is everyone. And I honestly mean that. And I was just explaining how I'm working with an individual who is in recovery for an eating disorder and an athlete. And she emails me. I can't tell you how many times a day she emails me, but she's constantly asking, is it okay if she eats X, Y, and Z? Is it okay? Will everything be okay? Yeah, everything is going to be just fine. And that's the part that it just makes me feel so sad, because will everything be okay? That anyone out there probably thinks that.
Right, exactly.
If I eat this right away, it has a meaning. And in their mind somewhere, in their heart of hearts, they're thinking, I don't know if everything's going to be okay.
Right. That's
Isn't
sad.
that sad? It's really, really sad. And then on a more positive note, I was able to connect with a dear friend of mine, and she is also a listener. But she shared with me too how she has found that intuitive eating has literally changed her life.
It is. It's amazing how it changes your life.
In number one, mentally, for sure. But when mentally you can feel better around food, you physically feel better around food. Because of the brain-gut connection, just in general. But anyway, just wanted to kind of, tie that into can we just forget about this stuff? Can we just forget about these headlines? Can we just think for ourselves, how can I best nourish myself at this meal, at this moment? I'm hungry. How can I best nourish myself at this moment? And if that means that there's a donut available and that's what you want because that's what you have and you have milk with that, or you have whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just taking it moment by moment, meal by meal.
I do want to add to that, Nicole. You say all of this wonderful stuff, and I have gotten, and I've said the same types of things as people, and I've gotten people who come back at me and say, well, you're a dietitian. You already know how to eat. And it's one of those things, like, you already have all the knowledge. And it's like, wait a second, you don't have to have knowledge about food to know how to eat.
When you're connected,
you don't have to be smart.
That's right.
It's not about being smart.
When you're connected to your body.
Correct. Yeah. It is not a game. It is not a puzzle. It is not a, like, you're going to win something. It literally is becoming more in tune with your body, your mind, the connection there. It is not about being a dietitian or not to know how to eat.
But that's the other piece, though. That's the non-intuitive piece where people want to do it right.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? I want to do it right.
This comes from, here's the rule about your bikini and how you have to look. And now you have to be this. And now you're a perfectionist and everything has to be right in my life.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Right. And there is, obviously, there is knowledge around why, whatever, I understand where people are coming from when they're like, well, you already have the knowledge. But I think, we all have intrinsic knowledge.
Correct.
On how to simply take care of ourselves. So
right. Exactly.
Anyway.
Exactly.
All right. Well, good talk, girl.
Yeah, I like that one.
And we're signing off, y'all.
Peace out.
Peace.
Have questions you want to hear discussed on the show? Find us on Facebook or visit between2pastries.com and drop us a line. Want to support the show? Find us on Patreon for exclusive content. If you love the show, find us on iTunes or your favorite podcast platform. Hit the subscribe button and leave us a review.